person, like short person.
There we go. Yeah.
There we go.
Good evening, everybody.
Oh, good evening. Sorry, I was messing with my chair.
Yeah. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our weekly live stream. It is Chinwag number 163 with myself, Zahir, and Rebecca.
Yes.
So we come on to the internet on our channel every Friday, and we chat to you lovely guys, to y'all. I was gonna say, but it didn't come out right. It just that was just
like
scrap
to you.
Yo. Yeah. I mean, so thank you everybody that's popped in to join us. We'll say a few hellos. As you can see, we've got a title. And we've got like a little topic that we can talk about. You know, we've had a we'll do like the whole thing.
It'll probably last all of about 5 minutes.
You have little faith. Okay, we've got Ashley, I'm your greatest fan in the chat. Thank you for popping in. We've got Paul Cowans. We have got the Vinegar Jar. We have got DB Resells. We've got RJ Lincoln Seller. Karen Sells Clothes says, hi, I'll be back at 7. Couple of pickers. Thank you for popping in. We have also gotten Fat Girl Sewing, Michelle Lathan, Leanne Hill, and Jason the reselling gamer. Tommy Bernard has popped in, as has Money Mental. Andrew, thanks for popping in. And we've got Pete's Retro Collectibles, I saw there as well. Chris Tyler, Pleasant Valley. KLC Reselling, that's Louise. Welsh Wonder Nia. See, look, I'm dropping names there, so I remember names. I'm good. Nick Knack, Diane. Flipping Fantastic Finds, that's Kelly.
Yes,
that's Kelly.
That is Kelly.
Tori.
I like that you're showing me your name knowledge.
Yeah, I'm named that. Thank you. We've had another super chat from Tommy, offering a $4.99 super chat. Says, here's another 50. It's not 50p, Tommy. It's $5. $5 is $5. It's very much appreciated. I'm gonna use it when we go to the States and buy food with it. That's the plan. That's my plan. Yes. Thank you for popping in. Bluegrass Picker. A Bum Crack Picker as well. Bad Biscuit, Lex, Andy Reseller. Thank you. Andrea has popped in as well. Hi Andrea. Stephen Bennett has popped in. We've got Megan Carl, Hamza. We've got it says Salmon. Okay. We've got My Junk Mail. Wow, lots of people popping in. Really do appreciate it. I've just noticed that all of my like the stuff is not turned on, you know? Like all my cool things that I turn on normally, you know?
I don't mess with it now.
I'm not messing. There you go. It's as easy as that. Look at that. There you go. Transition. There you go. Bam. There you go. We're back.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've got everything.
Set like we normally do.
Sorry, we have not set up our screens correctly.
Yeah. I took down the graphic. I like having the graphics up. There shows people that super chat. It shows how many people are viewing. I like that. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay, so many pickers, says the Vinegar Jar. Andrew says, Hell's Bells, did Zahir just remember the name of a subscriber? It's a shame it's Lulu and not Louise. Money Mental, that's Andrew, by the way. Just dropping name knowledge now.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I needed to know that information.
The Vinegar Jar, that's Peter Cummins.
Yes.
See?
Yes.
It's pretty good. I remember some names, you know.
Okay.
So anyway, I'm going to drink some cherry coke. I'm a bit thirsty now.
Yeah.
Feel really kind of a bit, bloated after eating pizza yesterday.
Yeah.
It just wasn't great, was it?
Good, was it?
Yeah, we bought Domino's yesterday.
Let's start it off with some food talk. You're here to listen to eBay, but we're going to talk
But this is
food.
important. No, this is an important reseller tip. This is reselling related. It's really important that you look after yourself and
that you don't feel bloated for sourcing the next day.
You know that you can easily eat yourself out of profit, and I mean that. Okay. You can. Okay. Yesterday we made the grave error in judgment. We were all tired. We're busy. We've had a few busy days and whatnot. And we weren't in the mental state to cook. We didn't have the ingredients at home. I'm just setting the scene. The fridge wasn't looking good, was it, hun? You were tired. I was tired.
Well,
what was happening? It was all going on, wasn't it?
I'd been to work.
Beck had been to work.
I had finished at 6:30.
Late, really late. It was dark outside.
Yeah.
It was cold. It was grey. It was cloudy.
You were busy.
I was busy.
I don't know what you're busy with, but you're busy.
I was busy. Okay, let's just leave it at that. And and unfortunately, we made that like really bad error in judgment, and we thought, let's just get pizza for dinner. Then we don't have to cook. Okay, so we went to Domino's. So Domino's, respectable seller of pizzas. Obviously, it is still just fast food. We went there. We bought 2 pizzas because obviously we do like the buy one get one free, and we felt bad that we buy 2 pizzas, large pizzas as well. But we saw this TV show recently where each member of the family had a large pizza to themselves, so we don't feel bad about that anymore, right? We're good with that now, aren't we, hon? We don't mind that now.
I'm not so sure. I'm still not good
they had
with it.
one each. They were just eating one each, okay?
I'm still not good with it, honey.
We were sharing between 4. And so we went and we had pizza. Now, that might sound, well, what's that got to do with making money on eBay? Or like, how's that going to affect my business?
This is where you're going to tie it all
This is the
in,
twist, okay? So I like my pizzas with a bit of chili, a bit of jalapeno, a bit of green chili pepper. I like a bit of spice in my food, okay? Unfortunately, my aging body feels otherwise. And
be careful.
I'm going to be careful. I'm not going into too much detail, but put it this way. This morning was not good, okay? And it affected me. And it meant that after I had done my normal morning drop-off, normally I go to the bins. All I'm saying is I didn't go to the bins, okay? So I'm just going to leave it at that. And What? What? I didn't say anything, did I? Okay. Well, I mean... I mean,
Anyway.
So, and now, who knows? Let's look at the knock-on effects of that.
Yeah.
Let's look at the knock-on effects. So, not only did I not go to the bin, okay, it took.
No, Lincoln said it's. I felt allowed to drop off. That's what made me laugh. Was that you being careful?
Yes, it was me being careful. So let's be serious here, folks. This is serious.
Yeah, so you didn't get to the bins.
We're not in danger of TMI, Andrea. It's fine. So what happened was, so it meant.
I'm really sorry. This is not how we should start a.
No, but this is important because I could help someone else avoid the same mistake.
Definitely.
So I had to go home, and instead of going to the bins, right? Oh, thank you. We've just had a $2 super chat. Thank you from In It to Flip It has donated $2. TP Fund. Thank you. It's very well received. We'll definitely be going towards the TP Fund. For once, we can say Beck is looking red on camera. Megan Carl says your laugh is infectious.
I'm sorry. You're trying to tell a serious story here.
Cause I'm trying to help someone, because if someone can learn from my mistake,
this is really important.
If someone can learn from my mistake, it could potentially save them God knows how much money. And so what happened was, instead of being able to complete my normal routine, I had to adjust my routine for the unforeseen circumstance that we just previously mentioned, and I was unable to go to the bin, which means who knows what I didn't find. Who knows? Yes. And worse than that,
and we did go this afternoon when
we did go this afternoon, but it had already been gone through.
Yeah, it would definitely
so so we went to try to salvage the day. We tried to salvage the day. I met Beck. I informed her of the unfortunate series of events in the morning. I wasn't feeling very well, guys. I wasn't feeling very well. I just wasn't feeling good. I wasn't feeling all there. It was I was just not feeling great, and I had all kinds of aches and just all.
But you don't listen, no, do you? You learn from it.
There was a time though. I could eat what I wanted,
Yeah.
and there wouldn't be any issues. But obviously now my body's telling me, you know, just, you know, have a think, have a think about it. And so we try to redeem the day. But the point is, we could have lost God knows what. The FOMO is real. And it messed with the day, because I was at home. I was just, you know, my workflow was disrupted as well, because while I was at home, I thought, okay, I've had to come home. Let's make the most of the situation. I've not gone outsourcing. I've got items that I can photograph, items I can list. But when you're being regularly disrupted from your workflow, and you're not able to sustain like a consistent, like, you know, if you're constantly imagine if you're being, you know, called to the phone, okay, many times, right? That's what was happening. That's how it felt. I had to answer the telephone on a number of occasions during the morning, and that then meant I just didn't get much work done. I just got I got the shipping sorted. It just wasn't a productive day. You know, it was not productive.
You're okay now, though.
I'm just about okay now. In fact, I took the executive decision that we shouldn't have a McDonald's tonight either. You know, I thought I wasn't going to have a McDonald's. I did offer it to Beck when she come out of work. I thought, no, probably best not to have a McDonald's.
Actually, I said no.
No, you said no, that's right. I'm going to have like a salad or something, and I'm just going to right. So now that I've hopefully helped you guys there,
Oh, yeah. Let's
Karen says, so you had the trots, basically. Karen, I'm not sure what kind of chat you think this is, but we like to...
No, Karen, I had to answer the telephone a lot this morning.
Yes, I was answering the phone, okay? It was answering the phone. Right.
Right, should we try and talk about eBay?
Well,
like,
that was...
Well,
let's segue. Let's segue.
We're gonna segue. Let's go ahead.
Thank you for the $5 super chat over the years. Over the years, there's a super chat at $5 says, make sure you get that triple ply extra soft and strong charming. Great to hear your laugh. It was uplifting for us listening away. Well, thank you. I'm so glad it gave you a laugh. Yes. I do appreciate it over the years. That's very kind of you to say, and I think we may well treat ourselves. Normally we do go for the basic stuff, but I think, you know. Oh, thank you. And Mandy has super chatted £3 for Imodium. What wonderful.
I think Shazad's got a really good question. He's like, who rang up? So who are you answering the phone call to?
It was a hype. It was. Yeah. Let's just leave it. No one actually rang. It was. Right. Now let's show you what we did pick up, though. Let's show you what we did pick up.
Oh, are we doing?
We'll do a little bit of pickups. So we'll show you what we did pick up, and then we'll talk about the title in terms of turnover.
You know, this is gonna throw me, right? Because we always do like graphs and sales first.
Should we do graphs and sales first, or
no? We're gonna go with what you want to do, because we always do.
No, it's up to you. How do you?
No, do the.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm good either way.
Because I think it's important to show what you picked up in the bins after that conversation, actually. So let's go ahead. And
thank you. Karen has just super chatted £5. Oh, thank you, Karen.
Thank you,
for
Karen.
some salad. Love you guys. Thank you, Karen. I will be having salad. So thank you very much. Right. So let's just share with you guys what we did pick up then.
Yes.
So as we mentioned, we didn't get to the bins. Thank you, Tori. Tori has super chatted £2 for some new pants.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tori. I do appreciate it. It wasn't. Yeah, we're good now, guys. Thank you. But it was a cautionary tale.
Right, did you want to show me?
You know, the funny thing is, I still feel a bit trapped, kind of, you know, like that.
I really didn't want to know that.
I have loosened my belt buckle. I have loosened my belt. Anyway,
right.
All right, let's go and let's move on and start talking about what we did actually find. So,
Yes.
so this is the result of when you go and you don't get there. You're not on form. So this is not going to be like amazing, but I think it's not terrible.
It's not
terrible. So
It's
first
not
up,
terrible.
we did pick up a pair of men's jeans. So it's pretty regular stuff. These are a pair of Calvin Kleins. I'm not a huge like Calvin Klein jean fan, but they do actually sell. Not for a great deal of money, but they do. You will get someone buying them for around the £15 a mark, maybe. They're
Yeah.
nice denim jeans. Again, whenever you're buying like jeans that are branded and you're unsure about, if you're unsure about like authenticity or something, I've learned to see that as well as things like the basics, like the stitching or whatever, or the tags, you can tell a lot by the little levels of detail that the real deal will put in versus a potential knockoff. One of the main things that you can look for are like the kind of rivets and the riveting on the jeans. It should, in most cases, if it's like a big brand like Levi's, or in this case Calvin Klein, it's a designer brand, every rivet has got branding. It's got CK branding on the inside, and then it's got like the brand on the outside. The patch is really good quality, stitched nicely, and sometimes you'll notice small bits of detail. So for example, they've got the Calvin Klein branding on the kind of like, you know, the little mini pocket that Steve Jobs famously said, it now you know what it's for. It's for your when he first launched the iPod Nano, I believe.
Yeah.
He said that's what this is for, and that was really clever of him to do that. It's just a memory that came to my mind. So yeah, nice pair of simple jeans, Calvin Klein men's. They're a waist 33, leg 34. So I was pretty pleased with that item. So that okay item.
Yes.
Next was a pickup for myself, believe it or not. It's a rather unfortunate colour considering what we've been talking about. But this is an animal hoodie. As you can see, it's in a rather fetching brown colour. It's quite a large brown hoodie, but I liked it. It's my size, double XL. It's got a really nice embroidered front on it. I don't believe Animal is a brand you should be looking to buy to resell.
No, you picked it up because it was for yourself.
I picked it up for myself. I mean, I can have a quick look to see whether it is worth buying to resell. It's always worth having a quick gander sometimes. So what is it called? It's called like Animal XXL hoodie. So I mean, I don't think it'll be worth a huge amount of cash, but let's just go to some sold listings, and we can go to I hate these views that they come up with. It's not I don't know. Animal, someone got a tenner or something, I don't know. Animal logo, let me just see if I can bring it up. Logo hoodie. So there we go. Animal, it's not coming up. It's coming with Filthy Animal, but it is a brand. There you go. Animal, I don't know. Well, maybe not. Yeah, don't buy Animal because I can't even find it, so I wouldn't buy it. It's just, it is a brand though, and I think it can sell, but I don't know how much for. Maybe, maybe. Just forget it. Just for me. It was for me. It was for me. So we'll leave it at that. Okay, that was for me. Now, this was a pickup that I probably wouldn't have made if it hadn't been new. And again, these were just £1.50. Yes, Ash, it was always brown. Ash asks, it was brown from. So this is a Greenwood's gilet, size large, and I bought it because it was new with tags. I mean, when the new price is only £20, you kind of have to be like, it's not going to be worth a huge amount of money. We can actually do a bit of research and see. Was it Greenwood's?
Yeah, Greenwood's.
Greenwood's men's gilet.
Well, it's not going to be more than 20, is it?
No. Yeah, well, someone got pre-owned for a £5. Well, no, yeah, I mean, it's not. Greenwood's doesn't seem to come up with much. Yeah, so we pay £1.50. So again, it wasn't amazing. Animal is surfer stuff, says Tori. Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah.
Hey, Georgina. Did you try grailed? No, I'm not trying grailed. We don't have grailed here really. And then the final bit of clothing we've got to show you. This is actually something that Rebecca found today.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about this? This is quite nice. What
like,
is
so
it?
here doesn't look through the women's clothes. So when I'm there, I do try and look through the women's clothes. It has got a bit of a mark on the bottom, so it does need to have a bit of a wash to see if that can come out. But it's like a mint velvet jumper. It's got like sequin like.
And it's got like flared sleeves. It's got like what are those sleeves called? Like bell, or like I don't know, bell sleeves or flared
like
or something.
And it is a wool mohair kind of blend, so that's why I picked that up.
Yeah, and we've had a look at soles, and they do vary. So people have gotten like 16 with best offer, 19 with best offer, 22 with best offer. So you're probably looking 15 to 20, maybe. Yeah. 15 to 20, which is not bad. You know, nice little pickup.
It's not bad.
There.
It's not like.
Yeah, it's not mind-boggling. I mean, I would have thought maybe it would have been worth a tiny bit more, because it's mohair and wool. But yeah, I mean, it's still not a terrible find. Again, for £1.50, wasn't going to grumble. Now, the best find, I think. What do you think? Yeah, there was a mark at the bottom.
Yeah.
Mint velvet always fetches good money, says Tori. Okay. I bet all that took it out of your Met shipping. Very funny, Mandy. You know what? I'm powering on today. I'm feeling as good as I can. I have an Animal wallet that I've had for nearly 20 years, says Damien. Never found a better one and don't want to replace it. Animal don't make a similar one anymore, says Damien. Oh, okay. Well, Animal... yeah, Free Ride. That was it. Try Animal Free Ride. That's a good idea. Let me try that. Animal Free Ride. Because that's what it does say on the hoodie. I was trying to remember what it said on the hoodie. Because it's got that big embroidered print as well. There's still... Yeah, we found some... Thank you for the keywords. Yeah. We found... Well, people are selling them for £10. But mine's much... I think mine's got a nicer look than that. But it's for me anyway.
You always think that anyway.
Yeah, it's for me. £10 free shipping.
As soon as it's for you, you're just like... It's the best.
Mine's better than theirs. Okay, mine's better than theirs. All right, now this is something I was really proud about. Karen says mint velvet can be good, a seller, but it's slow. Okay, so we'll bear that in mind. Bluegrass says, I love your hair. So jealous. Thank you, Bluegrass.
His hair's really nice. You need to get it a little bit trimmed, don't you?
Tom the English Picker joined us, says, evening toxic Tom here. What size is it, Beck, says Kirsten?
It's a size 12. Yeah, it's a size 12.
Size 12. Now, this is the pickup that I think that I'm... Like, we're overall the happiest with, wouldn't you say?
What are we talking about? Oh, I love this.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
I love this.
In order to be completely honest with you guys, this wasn't picked up today.
No, this wasn't picked up
today.
This
was picked up yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
I remember
yesterday, this is pre
yeah.
This was pre-pizza, okay? This is before the thought of the pizza even entered our minds. This is when I was feeling good.
No, it wasn't yesterday. It was Wednesday.
Was it Wednesday?
Yeah.
No, it was yesterday.
It wasn't yesterday.
Why can't it be yesterday?
Because
it was yesterday.
No, because you showed it to me in the afternoon and I was at work yesterday afternoon.
No. Hold on a second. No.
Yes.
When did I buy it?
It was Wednesday.
I bought maybe Wednesday. Really? Are you sure?
No,
I thought it was yesterday, hun. Because I showed them what we picked up earlier on. It was in the last couple of days. Anyway,
I can't remember. Okay.
But anyway, this is a nice pickup. Okay. Normally, I would not buy this pre-phone call such as that. Yes, this was pre-phone call.
This is lovely. This is absolutely lovely.
Okay, normally, guys, I would not buy something like this.
Her little face.
Yeah, exactly.
She's so pretty. She's so pretty, honestly.
As you can see, it's still got the tag on. Yeah. We paid £4. Mm-hmm. Simply check the receipt. I'm sure it's close to hand, says Vic. So yeah, we paid £4 for this.
Yeah.
All that made his memory go away.
I know. Her hair is coming a bit loose.
Yeah, do you want to show it? You're not in camera shot. Look, yeah.
Her hair's coming a bit loose. So
Unfortunately, she's got like the glue has come off. So her hair literally.
That does need to be restuck on.
Yeah.
Not sure that we're gonna do that. We might.
it's always worth checking these things out.
But it is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and without breaking her because she's
got
like she's a porcelain
porcelain
doll,
face, porcelain head, and porcelain hands.
I don't know if I can show that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Her branding. So it's Kayla.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I can see it.
It's Kayla by Diane Effner. Now that's she's not on camera again. You got to keep her on camera.
Well, I don't think Mandy wants to see her.
Okay. So now it is a bit of a creepy doll, but
I'm gonna try and lay it down. Actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, actually, can you put it?
Yeah,
on
put it down
because I don't want it to fall that way.
That's right. Okay. Now we paid £4, but the reason why we're excited about this particular pickup is because if you look up the brand, it's the doll's called Kayla by Diane Effner, and porcelain dolls fetch good money. Now, wow, okay, Kayla, yeah. As you can see, a similar doll went for like £99.
Oh, she had different hair colour, didn't she?
Yeah, she had different hair colour. But like,
and I think she's got original clothes as well.
Do you think? I don't know. I think maybe they just. I don't know how they arrive, but but for £4, we should at least be able to get 50, possibly more, because I've seen people, especially at auction, do very well. As you can see, look, here's one that got £99 bid, one bid. So someone started it off at $129, and that looks like that's the same one, isn't it? Rebecca?
I don't know.
Very similar.
Looks similar, actually.
Slightly different eyes, yeah. But
looks similar.
Yeah. But yeah, slightly different eyes. But we paid, like I said, we paid £4. So from £4, if we can get that kind of money for it, I'm going to be very happy. So I won't show the doll anymore. I'm so sorry, Mandy. I'm not going to show the doll anymore. I think Beck wants a baby. No, she doesn't. No. Now, as you can see, some of them don't pick up much money. It really does depend. So, but I think we're lucky that the mold we've got, the Kayla mold, is seeming to do okay in the completed.
Yeah.
So we're pretty pleased with that particular item. Glue her wig on wonky Trump style, says Kelly. Eric says, I'm just going to talk in the chat and try to ignore the creepy doll on camera. Sorry about the creepy doll, guys. I do apologise.
I love
Shelley says, "Don't stop it. Bring back the RC. Don't jinx us with that doll," says Karen. I would not describe that as pretty, says Peter.
The thing is, like, I used to.
Does it poop?
I actually used to collect porcelain dolls, didn't I?
Yeah.
But like when we met.
Yeah.
And I remember when we moved in together, Zahir was like, I can't have those things in the house.
She had loads. Yeah. She had boxes of dolls. Like, they weren't that size. They were slightly smaller size, but you did collect them.
There were a range of sizes, but yeah, I did used to collect them.
Don't jinx us. Andrew says, "Oh, that's right up your street, Beck." Yeah, Beck, you did like it. It was porcelain face and hands, Daisy.
Yeah, porcelain.
But yeah, I'm really happy buying it. So it's just people really don't like the doll, man.
No, I love them.
No one likes the doll.
I know.
Louise doesn't like it. Oh, Junk Girl says it was adorable. Darren K says you showed me that last week. Did I? I don't think I did. I haven't shown that doll.
No, it's definitely this week.
So yeah. So that was our best pickup, I'd say, over the last couple of days. So I'm gonna hopefully do okay with that when we sold that. I'll be fetching out a doll later for drinking with Andrew. Yeah, Andrew may have a different kind of doll. It will cost you £100 to get the house exercised. I think it's going to be fine. So yes, it's off the screen now.
Yeah.
All right. So that was our pickup. So let's move on to the title. We'll talk about our sales. I did see a comment, but I can't find it. Someone rightly mentioned that Karen says, I don't care if it's worth hundreds, could not have that thing in the house. Yeah, there you go. George F, that was it. Turnover really means nothing on eBay. You could have £5,000 turnover, but only £1,000 profit.
Yep.
We will start off talking about the next section with that in mind. George F makes a good point.
We do mention this when we share our turnover, and we say it hopefully most weeks. It is just turnover. We are not sharing profit with you, and you've just got to bear that in mind, because although we show you what we pick up and how much we pay,
Shazad says very true. I only made £1.50 last year.
I don't believe you.
That's very low margin then, Shazad. I think you need to speak to your wholesalers.
But we do try it.
Yeah.
And
it's something
state that
we like to share the graphs because we share how we're doing. We share the good, the bad,
and also we're on YouTube. You need to kind of take anything we say with a pinch of salt, because Zahir showed you exactly how graphs can be manipulated.
Yes.
And that was a couple of weeks ago. So
exactly. So with that big warning and caveat in mind, we'll get into the figures. So we'll talk about ourselves. So as you can see from the title, we did about 1,100 on whatever pounds. I can't remember what the title is.
That is between two stores.
£1,126 in turnover over the past 7 days. And like Beck says, that's over 2 stores. So we have got, as some of you will know, we've got the radio control car store, which is like, which is what kind of started a lot of this off. It used to be our only store, and we used to sell everything on it. Everything and anything that we bought would be listed on this store. And then a couple of years ago, we got heavily into radio controlled cars. And we got into, we just got into all that kind of stuff where we were really big on hobby grade stuff, and we've over the last couple of years we've bought more and more of that stuff, and now the main store is pretty much completely radio control car parts and helicopter parts and things like that.
No, and George F, you're completely right to put it as a reminder in the chat.
There's
no
of course, it's fine. It's important to actually mention that. And actually, if you check back, like Beck says a couple of weeks ago, I showed you guys how insanely how scarily easy it is to change what you see on screen. But let's just show you what the RC store did. So the RC store, which was our main store, we still list everything on it, now just has radio control car parts. Now, not only that, we have now not listed on this store, it must be approaching 4 to 5 months.
Which does need to be fixed. We keep mentioning it every week, and we still
It's almost like an experiment now. How long can you leave an eBay store before it withers and dies?
No,
we're not going to do that. We're not doing that.
Dude.
But yeah, we've literally not listed on this store now for about 4 to 5 months. It's got to be coming onto that kind of ballpark figure, because over the past few months, even in the summer, we did a lot of focus on the general store. Now, as you can see, the RC store is doing not as well as it could be doing. We over the past 7 days, £434. Believe it or not, that's actually crept up to where it has been over the previous weeks. And all of this stuff that's selling on this store literally owes us. The only costs we're paying are like your fees, your shipping, that cost. So bear in mind that £434 includes shipping as well, so that's something to bear in mind as well, because I don't think they split it.
I don't think they do either.
I don't know if they do or not. That might even include your shipping as well. So £434 turnover on this store. Most of our items cost like 80 pence to ship. We had like 83 pence to ship, 27 transactions, average selling price of £16. So £434, that's what we did on the RC store. Now, on the other hand, we've been working really, really hard on the general store. The general store has become quite a big, quite a big part of what we're kind of into. Let me just quickly find the right one. No, it's not there.
Sorry, we're just trying to sort out our screen so it shows the other.
Yeah, we're just trying to sort out our screens quickly. There you go. Maybe now it will do it. Maybe now it will do. Yeah. Bear with us, guys. Bear with us. Is it that one? There we go.
There we go. That's the second
That's
one.
it.
Okay, right.
Okay, so now the second store, which has had all of our focus recently, hasn't it? It's like we've been sourcing daily for it,
Yep.
listing on it. You've been listing on it. I've been listing on it, and we've gotten it really down to a good.
The thing is, I
yeah.
think I'm only going to continue to list on it until we've kind of
Caught up.
sorted out like the unlisted stock. Once we've sorted that out, I'm going to be back on the RC store listing that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll probably come and help me.
Yeah, of
I need
course,
help
yeah.
with it, but-
And obviously, if we buy more for the RC store eventually, then yeah.
But we've always kind of separated, tried to separate the two. You used to always do the listing on the general store, and I did
On
the
the
RC stuff.
Yeah. But the cool thing about this general store is it's got under 200 items listed. It's a very small store, and it's based heavily on turning over. As you see, most of the clothes that we buy are like £1.50. Most of the electronics we buy as cheaply as we can, and we really do focus on good return on investment, because we want the stores to be different. The RC store is very heavily long tail. You can't force someone to buy an RC part. You just can't force someone. They will pay good money, like seriously good money. Like just a couple of the items we sold today, they're amazing that there's someone in the world that wanted them. They're like, and they paid not only for the item, they paid like 3 times the cost of the item to ship it to them.
Yeah.
So definitely something that we.
So are we sharing this?
No, we haven't shared it yet. Yeah, no, we have not shared it yet. So going onto the general store, as you can see, it's a completely different story. This is where the majority of our turnover has come from. So we've done like almost £700, only 16 transactions on this store, and you can see the average selling price is £43. So we've got a really, really strong average selling price, and we're like. And like I said, we're going for we're being very picky overall.
Yeah.
There are definitely things that sneak in. So in hindsight, I'm already regretting buying that Greenwood's gilet, because even though it's £1.50, it was new with tags. The fact that it's only worth 20 brand new in the store, that's not the kind of item we want to be buying.
No, but what I will say is I do think our attitude towards accepting offers and trying to move the stock along has actually changed. So I don't think if it's something that lists, it's not going to be sat there for too long, hopefully, before we start going, right, come on, let's send out an offer that will hopefully get a buyer. So.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, I do want to keep an eye on the average selling price.
No, absolutely.
So,
I get your point, but I'm just saying it's it's not completely like we're gonna like just leave it until it sells. We'll probably try and
push things. We'll try to push it. So as you can see, almost £700, really strong average selling price, and this is with under 200 items listed. To give you guys an idea of the kind of things that we've sold this week, we have pulled up a couple of sales from this week, the kind of things that we're looking at, and the kind of items that we are selling. And it's a mix of like the electronics and all that kind of stuff. So the first item, some of you will remember I paid £30 for three bits of DJ kind of equipment. There was this 3-channel mixer, and then there's 2 tabletop CD mixing decks. And I paid the tenner an item, basically, so £30. So this item has cost me £10. Did accept an offer on this, actually. I don't know if you can check on your phone quickly, because I can't remember what I accepted, but I think it was an okay offer. We got an okay offer on this. I believe it was around 50 or 55, something. I can't remember 100%. It's awaiting to go out, so yeah, just go to the solds. 55.
55.
So we accepted £55 offer for it. So and it's gone really quickly. I could have held out for a little bit more, but I thought, why? You know, like, I'm happy to turn 10 into 55 and move it along. So as you see, I took some okay photos of the item, nothing spectacular, and it's gone. Thrift Beast says that's a nice DJ mixer. Thank you, Chris. Buying Spaces in the chat as well. So there we go. Next item I want to share with you guys. This was a bins find. So paid £2 for this pair of shoes from the bins. Again, I listed them aggressively. These are Jeffrey West, definitely worth looking out for. Definitely worth looking out for Jeffrey West shoes. These are not as valuable as plain Jeffrey West because these are like a crossover with Marks and Spencer's. Andrew Moneymental in the chat has sold these before as well. They're in good condition, £2. They were up at 40. We got an offer for 30. And we took it. So that gives you that example. Next up, so this is a Xiron model sticker label magnet makeup thing. Paid a £5 for this lot, so paid more than I probably normally would have done for something like this, but paid £5. Listed it for 25. Got an offer for 20 plus shipping. Accepted it, and bam, it went. So pretty pleased with that. Little hi-fi sale. This was a nice sale. This cost me £10. This hi-fi. This is a Sony DAB kind of system. So sorry, this cost me £20. This cost me 20. I'm pretty certain. Yeah. No, this cost me £20. So a little bit more than I would have paid. I remember where I got this from now. It was £20, but still it was working, good condition. It's got a digital radio. It's got a CD player, an iPod dock. And I saw that the completeds were pretty consistent, and we got it, like I said, for 20, and we sold it for full asking of 100 plus shipping. So really pleased with that as well. So that's the kind of item we're looking for. And then finally, I've already shown this, but again, this is what we would like the store to be full of. And if that means going out every day, sourcing every day, and finding the honey holes, then I'll do that. I'm not going to come across this kind of item often, but this is the kind of item we want.
You accepted an offer on this one though, didn't you? It didn't sell for 99.
You sold for 65.
65.
Retro Chelsea 1993-1994 away kit. Paid £1.50 for it. As you can see, it's got the old Chelsea logo made by Umbro. Massive Commodore Amiga branding. And because this was their third kit, this wasn't even their regular away kit. This was their third kit. Obviously, it has that little bit of value. And we took 65 for that. So, I was like really happy. So that's the kind of thing that we've been selling to achieve the sales we've been getting on that store. And that's what we're trying. It's requiring a lot of work.
It is.
It's requiring a lot of work, I'd say. Because you're constantly out there looking, aren't you? You're constantly out there. Like,
I mean, you're the one that's going out and doing all of like the working and all of that sort of stuff. So, I can't really comment on that.
but yeah, it is one of those things. I see that Nick has popped into the chat as well. Yes. Hi Nick, we are doing absolutely fine. Let's see what some of the comments are. Turn and burn, says Kent Daigle. £10 into 55 or 6 into 150. Or it equals 6 times. What? I don't know what you're talking about, Peter. It sounds smart, and we're not smart. So, really impressive sell through, says that. Oh, that's a compliment. There you go. Cool mixer, says Pleasant Valley. Are those brown or ox blood? I'm not sure. I think they were a bit of both. That's why I put both words in there. Yes, love Jeffrey West. 30 is a fair price for the autograph ones. I struggled to push for 40, says Andrew. I've done a lot better with straight Jeffrey West, like the brand, like not
but
the
it was
crossover.
Nice to know that those do sell as well.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah.
Nick says, "Wow, I need to get my footy shirts listed." You know what, Nick? I'm really waiting for you to do a video about that. Nick's got like a bag of football shirts that he hasn't looked at for years, and I can only imagine what you might have in there. Honestly, I'm waiting for that video. So when you put that out, please let me know. I'm gonna definitely be watching that because it will just be exciting to see the kind of item. Z, you have good high quality stuff. Oh, thank you, Pleasant Valley. I really need to get some of these old football shirts, says Orban. they're out there. They're not easy to find because they are obviously by their nature more rare than but they're out there. They're out there. That's not the only decent football shirt we've sold recently. We also sold a grey England shirt from 1996, which we got nearly £50 for. So yeah, that was pretty good. Always good that Z is straight to the point, says Lucy. Oh, thank you. I have an Amiga I need to list. No power supply to test. Oh, gosh. Batman could get together with your doll, says Stephanie. Oh, yes. Batman hasn't been listed yet. Yeah, he's super cool. Yeah. Okay, I'll do a live soon. I don't think anything's... It'll still be fun, though, Nick, just to go through it, or just to go through them all. Karen says, question, considering you want an average... want a higher ASP, if something was £1.50 and you knew would be a quick £15 flip, would you still buy it? I'm trying not to, Karen, but I struggle not to. Like just in the clothes that we've shown you.
I think sometimes...
sometimes it's quick.
This is where, I think we kind of have a little bit of a different of opinion, because I would say, yeah, absolutely. If it's going to be a quick flip and it goes into 15, I think that's great, because I think it shows activity on the store and things like that. So I think I think that sale is kind of worth it, but
no, I agree with
that. You kind of like
no, don't get me wrong, hun. I think Karen's got a point as well. Like, we come across a lot of clothes at £1.50, which we could make £15 to £20 on, right? I think the way the way that we have been dealing with it, and the way that I think we're going to continue dealing with it, is we're going to be pretty brutal with them. Now, what that means is if we get a watcher, we send out offers with 15% off, okay? If someone offers me £15, chances are I'm going to bite their arms off for it. Even if they offer me a tenner, I might consider it, because the way I see it is if it means that it turns over quickly, £1.15 to 10, as long as it's happened quickly, is not bad. It's when you get a £10 offer for a £1.50 item, like 5 months down the line, you've left it too late already. Like, I want that stuff to just be changing and change, because I'm going out every day, so I need things to change and change and change. And so I feel like if I list something for 20 that I've picked up for 150, someone offers me 15, chances are I'm going to accept it. I don't think we're much more open to accepting offers. So in that respect, I think it will be difficult to give that up, because the turnover is there on those lower value items, and that might hurt my ASP, but we're well over £40 because we still get enough of the bigger ticket items. So yeah. Shazad has asked question, how's the Wii bundle been going? Shazad, I've not listed a single Wii console yet. I've not dealt with the Wii. I've listed Xbox 360. I think I've got a PS3 listed. We've not done any of the Disney figures, and they've got some good ones in there. And we've not dealt with any of the Wii consoles or games. And we've got some good games as well. We found Mario Kart, we found Super Mario, we've got some wheels. That's on me. Yeah, that's on me. Yeah,
I haven't got a clue when it comes to that stuff. So.
Now, as you can see, the title. We're all about keeping true to the title. And what was the title? Because I'm all about keeping true to the title.
Something about it's not always rainbows.
Okay. The title was £1,126 turnover in 7 days, but it's not all rainbows and sunshine, flipping stuff online. I think you can all quite agree that was poetic.
Yeah, that was really good.
Thank you, honey. Thank you.
That was good.
Did you mean that? You liar.
No, it's
you don't mean
good.
it at all.
It's good. Because it's got a point. So
yeah.
So
just want to kind of you talk about it. You talk about it.
Okay,
go on.
Yeah, I'll be a lot calmer now, because it's been a few days have passed since this has happened.
I just want to preface what Beck's about to say with this really had an impact on our week, mood-wise.
Absolutely.
It normally wouldn't have done. But
when I saw the doll, that made me smile.
Okay,
so.
But this has had a much bigger impact than it should have. But again, we're being honest with you guys that sometimes this happens.
And the thing is, like, we have really, really good sales and really, really good feedback the majority of the time, and then it's just sometimes it's just that one, and it's really sad that one thing can put you completely off track. So we sold a mobile phone on line on eBay. Now, we were fine. We accepted an offer on the phone. It wasn't like brand new because you had obviously tried to use it and weren't entirely happy with it. We listed it for sale. We accepted an offer of, I think, about £45 on it. I think, or was it 40?
45, I think.
And buyer contacted us as soon as she received it and said
he or she, we're not sure.
Yeah. Said there was a crack on the screen, and we were like, okay. And then it
was the attitude.
Yeah, and then
it was the attitude that we got from the buyer.
Provided no proof to us. Okay, so no photos were given, but she said it shows
he or she, because we're not sure. I can't tell.
Photos.
Yeah.
Okay, so we checked out our photos, had a look, and we were like, I don't know, I can't see. Well, you're going to share it anyway. Here is the phone. Here is the phone, guys. So it was a Nokia phone, and we like Becca said, she said there was a crack on the screen, and we just didn't. We were like, okay, like you said, and then they pointed out that you can actually see it, and it was the attitude. They insinuated that we knowingly sent them a damaged phone, which we replied by saying, mistakes can happen sometimes, but I hope you can appreciate that it makes no business sense for us to knowingly send you an item that's not as described, because we're going to just have to take a refund on it, and we're not in the business of refunds. We need to make a profit on items. We don't sell items to have them come back and lose money on it. No.
So we honestly, if there is a crack, we apologize. It may have happened in transit. We may have missed it. It's possible, but we certainly didn't do it intentionally. But the customer was very, very abrasive and wanted to really make us feel as if we had been difficult. Long story short, it got to the point where we were informed that it caused a lot of stress to their son. It caused them a lot of stress and anxiety because they were expecting a phone in a certain condition and it was in a different condition. And then they said, you can look at your third photo, you can see a crack on the screen.
Which is fair enough. I mean, if
we were in someone's someone's day, then that's bad. But this is the third photo, I believe. Let me just make sure. Okay, so that's the first photo, second, third. This is a third photo. And they said if you zoom in carefully on the top far right, you can see the crack. Now, I don't know if you guys can make it out, but just where I'm mousing, there is a very slight white mark.
Yeah.
I can't even be sure that that's a crack. That could be a cat hair or a dog hair. It could be a scratch. It could be a crack. But the fact is, it couldn't be more than 1 millimeter in length. It's easily something that could be missed. And more importantly, it's nowhere near the screen. The screen was perfect. The screen had no cracks. If the screen had a crack, we would have described it. But that mark there apparently was the customer saying that the phone was damaged. And so, we were like, well, there's no point in arguing about it.
So we asked them to return the item.
We asked them to return it. And then this is where the truth comes out. £20 off. I don't know how to do a return. So they knew how to buy things on eBay. They knew how to send messages on eBay, etc. But they didn't know. And we even helped. In one of our messages, we even stated, actually, if you go to your purchase history, next to the item, there'll be a drop-down menu where you can request to open a case.
Told them exactly how to return it. Told them we would pay the shipping for them to return it to us.
They didn't want it. They just wanted it over with. And then they said, "Oh, we've already bought another phone. We just want this over with. Just give us £20 for your mistake, and that would be fine." We obviously said, we were like, "We're not carrying on."
No, and
return the phone.
What happened was, the next morning we woke up, negative feedback on the account. Spoke to eBay. eBay won't remove it. Even though it says avoid this eBayer, which I find is really, really unfair. We have responded to the feedback, so we have put our,
response to the feedback
on there, but eBay have refused to
remove
it,
and there's nothing we can do about it.
I do think it's unfair.
There's nothing we can do. So the negative feedback remains. I think these are times, and when you're speaking
And I'll be honest, I have calmed down a lot since then.
This caused
at the start of the week, I was so unhappy. I wanted to completely give up with eBay entirely, and I know it's just one customer, but I felt
she
so,
literally wanted to pack it in.
I said, right, that's it, end our listings. I'm not dealing with eBay anymore.
End
I
our
can't
listings.
deal with this.
And I was like sat there around all this stock.
It's like, well, how else do you think we're going to sell this stuff? I'm just like, you know what? I know I can see people saying try again, phone them again. I'm not interested
they just
in
said
speaking to eBay.
eBay was
really
so unhelpful. They were just like,
not interested in
they've
speaking
got
to
a
them
right,
again.
it's a buyer experience. And I said, and I even said that your logic doesn't make sense, because their logic was, we can't disprove what the buyer's saying.
And
we were like, but they're not,
but
they're not showing any.
what we're saying
either. They're showing no evidence of the damage.
And yet you expect me to either give them money off or give them a full refund. I'm not doing it.
And it was a horrible chat. We've got the transcript, but it was a horrible chat, because they were just like, they've got their right to leave the feedback, and we can't disprove it. So we can't do anything about it. And it was really upsetting. We mentioned that it sounded like blackmail as well, Kim, but because they didn't say the words,
give us a refund or give us this
negative
money off,
feedback,
or you're going to get
what they did say is, give us the money, like £20, otherwise I will be contacting eBay and PayPal. They were very clever with their usage of words. With eBay, they need you to spell out. Did you see Nick's comment? Is that what made you laugh? Impulsive peck? No. Yeah, I know, right? End it all, she said, Nick. End it all. I'm just sat there amongst all this tat going... I mean,
it's how it made me feel.
Beck is very emotional.
I'm really, really impulsive. I really am.
But it was eBay are very much like bots. They need the words. They literally need the words. They need you to. They need the buyer. Like, you almost need to entrap the buyer to say, like, do this, or I'm going to leave you a negative feedback. Otherwise, they won't do it, which is really frustrating. And I can understand Rebecca's reaction to an extent. Obviously, I didn't agree with. We did have words.
To be quite honest, if you go. We're not going to give the name of the
There's no partial.
Out, okay?
There's no partial. We didn't give any money back. But the point is, they had no intention of refunding the item.
But what I will say is, we checked out her feedback, and really, we should have probably looked into this a little bit closer. But it's like, where do you draw the line? Okay, but her their feedback was, other sellers had actually said, please contact us
before leaving, because that's all they can do. As a seller, you're pretty helpless
to feedback,
because you can only
well, this is really it feels really, really unfair.
No, we didn't have to do any refund. Because they didn't open a case.
No.
So just to clarify, they opened no case. They did not open a case. They stated that apparently they didn't know how to open a case, and they were so fed up. They just wanted £20 out of us to end this horrible nightmare. You know, that nightmare that would have been caused by that tiny fleck on the screen. That nightmare that we caused them. They just wanted it over with, and so they didn't open a case. They just left a feedback. So they want the phone. We've still got the money. We've got the money. They've got the item, but they're able to harm our account by leaving a negative feedback. So that's where we stand as sellers with eBay. So we didn't have to refund. And Shazad, we have done that. You can report the buyer. We replied to their feedback. We did actually reply to their feedback. We actually said some things. I can't remember what we said. We said some things. Let me just should we just show them?
No.
Well, it's a feedback page.
No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No.
Well, if anyone goes and checks,
do you know what? I'm like, I know, like, it's because it's sharing people's usernames, and I don't. fully agree with that.
That's fine.
You know,
that's fine.
I'm just
but
like,
but
no, I'm
but
not
they
gonna
left
do
a
that.
feedback saying phone. You'll be able to find it if you click on the link down in the description. You can go to our eBay store, check our feedback, and you can see it. It says phone. They left a feedback saying phone has crack on screen, not mentioned in the ad. Stay away from this eBayer. And we replied to the feedback saying buyer refused to return the item for a full refund, but demanded extra £20 off. Avoid. So we shouldn't.
We shouldn't have put that.
But
on
I
the
was
list.
mad at the time after
We
hearing
shouldn't have
Beck
put that.
rage at me. So
Yeah,
that's
no,
why.
we shouldn't have
But
put
we
that.
also then reported the buyer for misusing the returns thing. So
Yeah.
you know that's literally what happened. And as we've been on eBay for a while now, guys. We're not new to this. You know, we're not like it's not the first time.
I think it annoys me because I was like, it affected me so much this week. Like it really put such a downer on my.
It's the
my
fact that they
whole
can,
week.
and we've had similar negatives on the main store. Like we had a negative on the main store where the buyer didn't receive their item twice. We sent 2 items out to a buyer.
Yeah.
They didn't receive it twice. We refunded them their money both times. We lost 2 units of RC parts, and they left the negative feedback. So you know.
Tracy, it wouldn't be pretty, honestly. There's lots of swear words and lots of shouting. Let's just put it that way.
Unfortunately, Stu, they used an Argos drop-off. So we couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Drop.
Could you imagine the amount of Argoses
Getting turds in the... eBay will always be at the mercy of dishonest buyers. That negative feedback will soon drop down the screen and be a distant memory. Meanwhile, karma will poo in the buyer's shoes. I hope so, Nick. I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Call and report that IMEI as stolen spam. The thing is, if we did that, they're still within their time to get a return.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure after all this, they can still open a case if they want to, can't they? Or not? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how it works. Yeah. They thought the crack was bad. Wait till they start using the phone. Exactly, Beck. See, that's the real karma, Becky. Thank you. See that phone is a nightmare to use. It is the worst thing I've ever used in my life. So, Georgina says she always looks so sweet and innocent. Can't imagine Beck. Georgina, she's from your manners, right? She's like you. Trust me. There's no difference. This is all fugazi.
Thanks, hon.
No, Georgina. No, she's from Medway towns. Yeah, Jewel. Yeah, honestly, don't. Yeah, she
Oh man.
Beck saying swear words. What's that like? Heavens to Betsy. Darn it.
Zahir wishes he was.
I wish. Oh gosh. So it was one of those. Yeah, it was one of those difficult situations. Okay. Okay. So it was one of those situations that you can't be mad because I think it's all about perspective, because in that same Antoinette, by the way, you know, that Antoinette Daly just reminded me that I'm not going to go into details because I don't know whether Antoinette wants to talk about it or not, but like it just reminds me we look at the positive, because in the same week we got some lovely feedbacks, a couple from some of you guys that have bought from us.
Yes.
And you know that means so much. It feels
It really does.
that it means a lot, guys. It really does, because it just makes you appreciate that actually most people, 99% of people in fact, are good people and have got no ill will towards others and are just happy to just get on with life. But there's always that tiny percentage, and it's just such a shame. I said to you and you flew off the handle when I said this to you, but I was like, it's such a shame that as humans that we've got a tendency, and I wasn't talking about you in particular, which I clarified, by the way. I really clarified that, but she didn't want to listen to how I said it. She wanted to hear it how she wanted to hear it. But yeah, it's such a shame that as human beings in general, we've got a natural tendency to fixate on the bad stuff
negative.
so much more. So I feel like actually, if you look at the overall, like you look at some of the feedbacks we've had from some of you guys, and yeah, I just do feel, I do feel like there's so much more positivity.
And I think that's the thing. I think really going forward, I really, really want to try and hold on to more of the positive rather than concentrate on the negative.
Georgina says, slate the whole of Medway there, but yeah, we're a bunch of foul-mouthed chaps. I never said that, Georgina. If that's how you see yourself, okay? If that's how you see yourself.
Oh dear.
I'm not saying anything. Anyway, guys. Antoinette. So, yeah, I mean, Antoinette, for example, in the chat, she left feedback for an item she purchased, and it was, thank you so much for buying from us, Antoinette, and I'm glad you're happy with it. It is a super cool sign, and it's got it was a really nice sign, so I'm really glad that you're happy with it. And I just feel that, that made us feel so good that the positive feedback you get from buyers when they are happy, you don't ever spend as much time dwelling on a positive as you do the negative. And I think that's just like a human thing, and I think you can change yourself to do that.
And I think it's important that we try. Well, I say we. You. I try to do that.
It's so nice when she's so understanding on camera and admits to her shortcomings.
I've had a couple more days to cool off,
She's calmed down.
I've calmed down a lot. I wasn't even sure whether I wanted to talk about this week, and it was like, are we okay to talk about it? And I was like, yeah, go on then.
Right. Now, that is now 8:06. We really do appreciate you guys joining us. There are currently how many lovely people in here? Currently 185 people in here, which is astonishing for us.
Wow.
Thank you so much to the 185 amazing people that have spent an hour and a bit of their evening with us. That feels amazing, guys. Thank you so much. Andrew will be going live in about 24 minutes. So if
we've run over a bit.
I'm sure everyone who hasn't in the chat will subscribe to Money Mental UK, and pop over and watch Drinking with Andrew Friday Chill Out. It's become part of our Friday night, hasn't it? We enjoy just sitting down, chilling out, and thank you, for the entertainment. So definitely go over to that in about 24 minutes time.
I've just seen a couple of comments coming in saying when they've had bad experience, always read the nice comments. And
Kim said that. Thank you, Kim.
Kim said that, and Pete's Retro Collectibles as well says, read few pages, positive feedbacks.
Tommy says, I apologise to you for all the complaints I've sent into YouTube for the lack of live content lately. Never enough live in this community. And Mark says, more live chats next week, please. I'm going to be doing more lives.
You are going to try and
I just had
work it out a bit.
we had a bit of a tougher week, guys. Do you know
what the truth of it is, right? It was like, I better not go live because if you can all hear Beck swearing in the background.
No, but sometimes you need to show the relevant care and attention to your better half. I would husbandly duties, husbandly duties.
Okay, whatever.
Okay.
Right. Anyway, on that note, we're gonna go.
See you guys later.
Yes. And now we do the awkward bit.